Hello, my name is Keshwani. It's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. I have been solving math problems for GRE out of this book here, practicing to take the GRE General Test, the 10th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase it immediately. You're going to need it in order to prepare for the exam. This is the only book where you're going to find the real exam. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you're going to find on page number 327 in the 10th edition that I just showed you right here, hence the 10E, page 327, quantitative comparison question number 3. Let's take a look at it. So if you're searching for any particular question, that's the tag you want to use and it will pop right up out of this book, any exam out of this book that I just showed you. Just type in the 10th edition, the page number, and the QC for quantitative comparison question, and the question number. Number 3. We are told that x is less than 0. In other words, they're telling us x is negative. I don't know why I had to be so elaborate, but that's what that is. In the first column, they give us x minus 1, and then they want you to compare it with 1 minus x. Now let's take a look at it. X minus 1, well, x we know is negative. So a negative number minus 1 will remain negative. If you have a negative number, like a negative 5, and you subtract 1 from it, it will still remain negative. This is a negative quantity. In column A, what we have at our hand is a negative quantity. On the other hand, in column B, we have 1 minus a negative quantity. Because we know that x is negative. 1 minus a negative quantity, for example, 1 minus negative 97, well, this entire thing will become positive. Because negative and a negative becomes positive, the whole quantity will become positive. What that quantity is immaterial. We are not interested in what exactly that is, because these are called quantitative comparison. Your job is not to compute it. So don't sit there and say, well, I cannot really compare because I don't know what the x is. It doesn't matter what the x is, whether the x is fraction or x is a whole number. It doesn't matter. As long as we know that x is negative. It can be negative half, x can be negative half, or x could be a negative half a million. It makes no difference. 1 minus a negative quantity will become a positive quantity. 1 minus a negative quantity will become a positive quantity. Here we have a negative quantity. Therefore, since it's a positive quantity, therefore the answer is B. And that's all, we are done. That's all there was. Let's go on to number 4. I'll give you about 10 seconds just in case if you want to pause this thing. So I don't want to erase this in a hurry. Also gives me a chance to take a sip. Don't worry, it's just tea, not having a liquid lunch. Alright. That's it. Let's go number 4. Let's see what they're asking in number 4. They give you a picture, something to this effect. This line drops down, something like that. Very good. They simply want you to compare the total number of triangles. Total number of triangles versus 6. In other words, they want you to figure out if this picture has 6 triangles or fewer than 6 or more than 6, and that's all there is. The easiest and the simplest way to tackle something like this is don't just use it in your head, don't just try to do it in your head. People have this nasty habit of doing it in their head and they lose track of what is going on. Always put it down in a piece of paper. And the easiest way to start is to name all the vertices. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. Vertices is the plural of the word vertex, and vertex is just a fancy way. Vertex is just a fancy way of saying where two lines meet. Vertex is a very fancy way, mathematical way of saying a corner. So let's give each of these corners a name. A. Not only that, not only the corners, but I'm also going to give names everywhere where the two lines intersect, so that it's easy for us to talk about this whole thing. Let's call it A, B, C, D, E, and F. So now we can, I'm going to erase this thing. So now we can enumerate them. And if you do not know the word enumerate, a lot of people know the word, sort of know the word, but if you ask them to define it, they will probably not give you the exact definition. Enumerate simply means to make a list. If you're about to go shopping and you're putting together a shopping list, well, that's an enumeration. That process is enumeration. Let's enumerate them. Let's make a list of all the triangles that we have in this picture. And we're going to go in order so that we do not miss anything. Let's start with this small triangle first. So I have ABF, ABF, and now I'm going to take care of the symmetry. The symmetry is FDE. I should have put it somewhere on the side here. Let's put it right underneath here so we can see. ABF, and let's take care of the symmetry, FDE. This is how I do it in a real exam. If you think this is silly, it's not silly. It takes a few seconds, but I know that I'm going to be 100% right. Do you understand? You have to put in some effort, you have to put in some time. In the long run, actually, this is cheaper in terms of time and in terms of aggravation to actually do your work. So that takes care of these two small triangles. Let's take care of these two triangles. So I have BCF, BCF, and let's take care of the symmetry. Symmetry is this one, which is DCF. BCF and DCF. Take care of that symmetry. Now let's take care of this other triangle, ACF, ACF. Let's take care of the symmetry, which is ECF. So that takes care of all the symmetry. And if you stop at that point, then you might end up thinking there are only 6 triangles there. But you must remember that we also have this triangle, this outside triangle, this head honcho, if you will, which is right here. Right there. And that is ACE. ACE. And that's where people are going to miss the question. For those people who got this question wrong, they're probably missing it for that reason. ACF. Altogether there are 7 triangles. And since we're comparing it against 6, the answer is A. And that's all there is. There's not much to do in terms of mathematical concepts and so forth. That's all it is. It's just a matter of paying attention. And the 15%, 16% who got it wrong, 84% got it right. 16% who got it wrong because they were not paying attention. Otherwise, there's not much in it. But the point is to go systematically. That's all there was. I hope you found it helpful. If you wish to get hold of me for personal private tutoring, I do tutoring, face-to-face tutoring. I also tutor online via Skype, and I also do telephone consultation. If you wish to get hold of me in your preparation, in any aspect of your preparation for GRE, go to my website at www.prep4gre.com and send me an email. Or you can go to www.KeshwaniPrep.com, same website, and send me an email. Alright? Thank you.